When I ask people to guess what instrument I play, 9 times out of 10 it is either piano or drums, which I do play and I do love, but rarely is it ever the drums. This is because, according to BoardGamesTips.com, only about 10% of the drumming community is made up of females. And so in our brains, we automatically assume that the drums are for the guys and the flute and piano and all that are for the ladies. But drumming is a coculture I'm super thrilled to be a part of. It's been a part of my life for the past 8 years, and I'm excited to kind of break down some things about it in this speech. Now, when I say the word drummer, what kinds of things pop into your head? Is it incessant tapping, skinny guys in all black, emo people, rage problems? We get that a lot. What are the kinds of things that pop into your head when the word drummer is said? Other stereotypes may be always late, hate musicians, aren't musicians, and those are according to a discussion on ultimateguitar.com. And according to X8 Drums, there are actually multiple different stereotypes that drummers fall into, including, but not limited to, rocker, hippie, jazz, marching band drummer, and the rock band drummer. Now, none of these stereotypes surrounding categories of drummers are actually really that bad. A lot of drummers actually fall into one category and are okay with it. So thankfully, those categories aren't horrible. The stereotypes are not always true, just kind of typically true, because drumming is a culture, and typically when we are a part of something, it's common to exhibit similar habits as the other people participating. And transitioning into the customs of drumming, I like to bring up the fact that there are usually 2 types of drummers, and then one meet in the middle, which is what I would classify myself as. So you have the traditional drummer who learns via lessons and learns on a very strict schedule, and then you have the person who learns by ear. Those are pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to go into detail a lot about those. And if you want to learn by ear, Drumeo.com actually has a great walkthrough of how to do that, and it's pretty self-explanatory, and you'd be surprised at how much you can learn. However, I fall into category in the middle, where I started off learning the basics, and then from there just kind of took it and ran with it, and learned a lot from listening to mainly 21 Pilots. I know people are going to laugh at that, but drums are really good in 21 Pilots, so a lot of people transition to learning by ear, because once you get the basics, you can kind of build your own style surrounding that. And then some other additional customs regarding appearance is they usually wear black because they sweat a lot. It's a stereotype, it's a custom, whatever you want to classify it as, but usually they do sweat a lot. And then bandanas, and they always wear pants. There's an article that I found really interesting on drumminginsider.com about what to wear if you're a drummer. Obviously pants, because you're going to be sitting like this, so you don't really want to wear anything that's going to be revealing. And you may not know about any of those types of things before you know the drumming community, but as you go along, you do start to notice stuff like that. Or maybe you don't even notice and it just happens. And lastly, what does drumming mean to me? Oh my goodness. I joined in 7th grade, and I was, fresh into drums, but they needed a jazz band drummer. So I joined, was all in. My junior high director, not really helpful. And from there, it's been this awesome process of just learning by ear, watching other people, and also being a part of groups like drumline and jazz band and pep band, and learning how to collaborate and kind of not be overpowering so you can't hear other instruments, but also allowing room for creativity and improvising. Drumming has helped me with improvising so much, because I never even think about it, it just happens. It's so cool. Has helped me rhythmically and helped me in the other instruments that I play. I play in like a church band, and so when I'm not always on drums, I'm on keys or I'm on guitar, and so the rhythmic things I've learned from drumming have transferred really well. And also how to communicate and collaborate. Like I said, I was in a bunch of different bands, and so it's been really helpful and really insightful for me to play drums, something that 1, girls don't typically play, and 2, is actually a pretty unique instrument amongst people to play. And so few things I really recommend you learn how to do something with drumming. If you haven't, it's super exciting. And also I hope you enjoyed this kind of walkthrough about just an overview of drumming as a co-culture. And please let me know if you have any questions or want to see anything super cool,